Hey scrapbookers, so I'm going to finish these two layouts, and I got all of my photos back from our trip to Utah, and I have put them into a storage binder, and this is the kind of thing that Stacy Julian uses in her library of memory. So as you can see, it's way full, and some of these photos are going to need to be cut into 4x4, so I'm going to need my paper trimmer, and then the other ones are just going to be like all willy-nilly. So let's get started. Okay, can you see everything? Kind of, sort of. Okay, so I have this lovely, and the way that I organize my storage binder is I try to put like photos together. So if this photo is on the top in this pocket, there's like similar ones behind it. So I am going to just take this one and cut it to a 4x4 and put it onto this layout. I think those are 4x4. Actually, I think they're 3x3. Sorry. I think they're 3x3. I probably should have checked a little before I started cutting it, but I'm not too worried. So there's one. And let's just put that, oops, let's put it right up here. Well, maybe right here. And so I see that some of these spaces feel like they're a little bit off, a little bit. Not a huge deal, but I think that photo, I think I like it down. I don't know. I really like it right here, but there's just a little bit of white on the top and the bottom of that, which I really don't like in that space. Now I'm all like torn up about where to put this. I think right here looks pretty good. It doesn't look awesome. It looks okay. But that's okay. So today is Wednesday after work, and I watched a little bit of that creative live that they have going on right now this week on Photoshop, and the one that I listened to today was about like glamour photography, and it was a little discouraging because like the I don't feel like I really was following along with the mechanics of Photoshop. So it was, intended probably for somebody who was more advanced in the world of Photoshop. And I'm a beginner. I can barely use it. But what was kind of discouraging was like the lady was saying like somebody gets paid like $200 an hour for 6 hours to Photoshop, a supermodel for a beauty ad, and I was just thinking like, and how are the rest of us supposed to keep up with that? Seriously, like that's just annoying. So there you go. So I'm looking in here for photos that are going to be able to be cut down. So there's not going to be a lot like that. Because usually I'm trying to frame my photos so that you're really getting the whole perspective there. But let's see. I'm sure I can find something. This is maybe a good opportunity to do that because we've got other skiers here, so I don't really need the other skiers in the picture. Let's see if we can get that right in this photo, in this little spot. So this was the page over here where I'm cutting kind of wonky. Let's just see. Just want to cut that down just a little bit more. So it's intentionally not, this is intentionally not straight, the edges on all of these photos on this layout. And then on the other one, they are all straight. So just two different ways to do grids, a grid layout with your vacation photos. So there we go. And what I really should be doing is like keeping common margins. Not sure if I really like that there. I think I just need to trim it down a little bit more, which I kind of don't want to do, but for the purpose of margins, I don't want it to be like, that's even like too, I really should cut it down a little bit more, but I'm not gonna. So let's keep going. And okay, here's one of my son that doesn't have that much of a background in it. Let's see if we can. So I did her here. Let's do him there, because you know they keep track of stuff like that. My kids, they kind of do. Okay. What I'm kind of bummed about this photo is I'm losing those pretty trees, but let's cut them off. Cut that off just a little, just to fit in that space. And now it fits. Great. Seems like these little adhesive tabs that I have seem like they're probably the very permanent sticky ones, so I'm not too worried about putting too many of them on. Pardon me. So I'm going over the border a little bit. It's okay, because I've done it over here too, so this layout is intentionally imperfect. And this one, while it isn't perfect, is trying to be more tied up. Okay. Yeah, this is like harder than I thought it was going to be. But I think I can still pull it off, I believe. So okay, so here's one of my son. I have several of him here. We were at the hot tub, it was snowing. I think that would be a good one for right here on this layout. So let's do that 3 by 3. Let's just see. So my daughter is also in this photo. I'm going to see if I can make it so, yeah. She's in one half of it, and I haven't cut that off. And then he's in the other half. I'm going to stick her little part of the photo back in here and just see if this can work. Make it work, Tim Gunn style. Yeah, I'm going to put it right there. And you don't have to fill up every single spot in your grid with photos. Like, I don't have, like, maybe some of these could be journaling. I haven't really thought too hard about it. Just need to trim that a little bit more. There we go. So see that? So photo, 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 photo. So I found 4 so far. That doesn't seem like too many. Okay. Here's a very small one of my son playing in the snow. I don't know. The pictures aren't that strong. I should have edited them. I should have gone into Photoshop. I should have watched that, what do you call it? Creative Live class, but I don't know as if I want to edit my photos that much. So I do a little bit of editing of my photos, but not a ton. Okay, this one is a potential. So I have a couple of them. This says Park City, and it's got these bikes, and this was where we would always park. Whoops. Park in Park City. I thought that was so funny. And I've got a couple of those photos, so I'm going to cut this up maybe for this layout here. Let me just see if I can do that. So I'm trying to be willy-nilly about it. Alright, I think it can go up there. Generally, I would think it should probably go down here, but I'd have to trim it just a little bit more. Let me see if I can do that. Yep, I can. Alright, it looks better down there. Because that's like, you know, the ground is in that photo, so I want to put it down, whereas like if something has a skyline in it, it should go up on the layout. I don't know if that's a rule, but I try to do that. So Debbie Hodge has this new like scrapbook personality quiz that I took today. That was pretty cute. I was a playful storyteller, and I almost didn't take the quiz. Like I looked at it and then I was like, I don't want to do it. And then I went back and I was like, yeah, maybe I do. Here's a cute picture of me and my daughter. You didn't get very many pictures of like me and the kids, so I'm not sure I want to use that layout. Oh, like I said, harder than it seems on this. And it's probably because I haven't started scrapbooking with these pictures. I just got them in the mail, so I'm probably feeling just a little bit precious about all of them. So if I were like further into my process of scrapbooking these photos, I'd probably have a little bit of an easier time cutting them up. But this is like literally the first thing I've done with them, so I'm a little like, oh, I don't know if I want to cut this one up or that one up. So I think that's sort of what's going on here. Because otherwise I feel like I should be going faster. But I generally always think that. I always think I should be going faster. Not just in scrapbooking. Because how you do anything is how you do everything, right? So I always feel like I ought to be going faster. Ah, such is life. Okay, so here's the temple in Temple Square. And then here are some, I know we have some photos, yeah, of the 3 of us, because I set up the self-timer. My kids were so annoyed with me. And I didn't get a very good, and I didn't get the spires, but there's the spires. That'll work. I didn't even plan that. I'm just that clever. No, I'm not. That was just a happy little accident. Or are there accidents? Just kidding. Okay. So there's the photo of us in front of the temple, so that makes sense there. So I do want to learn Photoshop, but I don't know. I don't know if I have the patience for it. I shouldn't say that. Like, learning new things is a good thing. So I should be more open. Oh, this has both of them. So maybe that's a good option for this big space here. This is where our condo was, and they were actually playing and getting along. Hallelujah. It's like that doesn't always happen. So there we go in that space. I think I just want to trim that a tiny bit more. Okay. So only 2 more on this photo, on this scrapbook layout, and then how many more do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on that one. Ah, 16 minutes. I thought I was going to be able to knock this out in 15 minutes. Blah. I don't know what happened to me. I used to be like, I think I used to be faster. And I mean, like, in everything. Like, I was just saying, like, oh, I want to be faster. I do feel like I used to be faster at everything. So it's not just scrapbooking. I feel like everything takes longer than it used to, and I don't know why. It just feels like it does. Maybe I should embrace the slowing down, right? Mm-hmm. That's a great thought. Easier said than done. So I have 2 more spots here. And I already have a photo of each of the kids. I've got one of all 3 of us. I've got one of them playing. So I don't feel like even though I could use these little photos of them skiing, I kind of feel like that's redundant on this page. I want to just show something a little different, but I'm not sure what. Let's look at the Park City. So that's one Park City picture. Need to see if I can get another one that works all tight in like that. I have one of the 3 of us at dinner, and that could fit, but this is a restaurant we ate at like 3 nights in a row. I can always reprint it. I'm gonna cut it. Let's see. I can't believe I'm cutting it. It's okay. Okay, so I just need to trim that up just a little bit more. Because that really was a big part of our, we found this like just diner. And you know who had eaten there? Bill Clinton. Like more than once. So, you know. If Bill Clinton liked it, we did too. They had all sorts of pictures of Bill Clinton on the walls in there. Like, you know, because he likes a greasy burger joint. And it wasn't a total greasy burger joint, but that's what my son ordered every time. And it was just like a simple little old-fashioned kind of sandwich shop. It was really cute. Park Street Deli, I think it was, or Main Street Deli, or Park City Deli. Something like that. Okay, so one more shot here. I really do feel like maybe like embellishment would be good on there, but I'm going to fill my space with photos. So I just need one more. And I'm not sure what I want to put there. It's got to be tiny. Okay, I have more of these like hot tub photos, which was like the last thing we did there, and I'm not sure it's gonna fit, but let's give it a little try. Okay, it just needs a little bit more cropping. And it was fun. It was like, what's so funny is like, most of the time you go to a hotel, you have to check out by 11. So it was like 9:30 and I wasn't in any particular hurry to check out of the condo. And my husband was like, we called him, like we were talking to him on the phone at about 9:30. And he was like, don't you have a lot of stuff to do? I read those. Of course, he read all the details of the, like what to do when you leave the condo. And it was a lot, frankly. It was like, take out all the trash, do the dishes, do the laundry. Like, it was like, do every single thing, and then you can leave. Okay, so this layout is finished. And we did all the things, and they were happy. I think it's finished, except that I might do a couple. Let me just do it now. So it's not one of those things I'm going to do in the future. So I want to just do 3 little lines here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, our annual ski trip. And that was in February 2014. Done. So there's my Utah layout with the grid of the wonky grid. And I think I probably like the main one a little bit better because I like the stitching, I think, better than the twine. But the twine worked really easily. I just used holes and made a grid that was a little bit wonky. But honestly, I think I like the look of the machine stitching a little bit better if I had to choose. But I'm still okay with this. I'm not going back and changing it. It's just fine. It's lovely, in fact. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 photos here. Okay, let's crank this out. Okay, one of the things I do on vacation is ski vacations is I take selfies in the bathroom. I really do. Every time. It's the craziest thing. Because I guess, like, on other kinds of vacations, I don't mind asking people to take my photo because, everybody's on vacation and you can just trade time. But, like, when I'm on the top of a ski slope, it's cold and, there's a lot of things to keep track of. But then also, I'm always like, I don't want to bother anybody because it takes kind of a lot of effort, at least for me, to get up on top of that mountain. And it's expensive. And so I figure, like, once you're all the way up there, I don't know, I just never really want to bother anybody. So I don't end up taking a lot of, like, asking people, like, which I would typically do on a vacation, is to say, hey, can you take our picture? But I feel like the time is so precious on the mountain that I don't end up asking people to help out with photos, even though I really should. And I went in thinking that I would, and then I didn't. So, like, because last year I came back with a bunch of bathroom selfies from Colorado, and I was like, next year when we go on our trip, I am going to ask people for help. And then here we come this year, and I didn't. It was the same thing. I just, for a variety of reasons, just don't. So what else can I put in here? One, two, three, 4 more pictures. Okay, I have this photo of them at our condo. I don't know, it's not that great. And they're not as tiny as I would like them to be. And I would have to cut them in half with that one, so I'm not going to use that. Let us see. And this whole layout kind of has like a blue and purple thing going on with just a little bit of brown. So I'm trying to keep that flow. So here's a photo of them playing in the snow. But if I cut it down, I think I'm going to lose the context of it. So let's keep trying. Okay, one thing I could do is do the skiing photos on this because I have those. That's probably going to be easy to do. Oh, that's pretty cute. I think I can cut that one down. Oh, maybe I can't. Kind of losing a little bit of her braids, which are so cute. She's been having me do her French braids for the last couple months. My daughter has. But I do like the idea of, here's a picture of me, here's a picture of her, and then I'll put a picture of Mac, like a closer up of Mac up there. Trim that just a little bit more. Oh, I'm 10 minutes into that interview, but I wanted to get this finished, so I'm trying to finish this up. You know what? I'm just going to finish it off camera. Sorry. But I will, I'll post my layouts. I usually post them. Lately I've been doing them at 2Ps. A lot of times I'll also do them, pardon me, at Get It Scrapped. But I do want to get over to that Masterful Scrapbook Design chat because that only lasts an hour. And we all know I can just keep on talking. So I'm going to finish this off camera. Okay, thank you for watching. And I will, in the comments, I'll leave a link to the finished page. I only need 3 more pictures, so it hopefully won't take me that long. It's going to be maybe a picture of Mac on the ski lift over here, and then one of each of them skiing, and bada boom, done. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.